Hi guys, wanted to talk to you guys today about something that I've been on my mind for a minute. And I've been guilty of this, in the past too. And it changed the way I thought about this a long time ago, and it's helped me out tremendously. It's accountability. It's lacking right now. It's with the over 1,000 drivers we have, currently with ASAP Elite, we have some really amazing, extremely amazing, beautiful people, hardworking about it. And I notice they all have this one thing in common, and that's accountability. They're accountable for what they do. If they say they're going to do something, they do it. No excuses. I mean, I understand things happen. Things always happen. But they're not the ones that are like, oh, it's somebody else's fault or this, that. They say, hey, you know what? My truck broke down. That's that, and it's very far and few in between, where a job gets down. But I noticed, like, the guys that, especially first, second, third job that they do for us, they start making excuses. And the excuses just keep coming. And it's not their fault. Well, this, that, and the third, this, that. Like, listen, I'm sympathetic to facts, but you got to remember, I deal with over 1,000 people, over 1,000 drivers. I know the excuses. I hear them. It's like that saying, excuses are like buttholes. Everybody's got one. You know what I mean? And I'll have some drivers that are good at the beginning, and then they start falling off, and we like to be upfront with our drivers and say, hey, like, listen, there's a problem, reach out to us, reach out to the office, reach out to the call center. We'll make it right. We'll make it do what it do. We'll call the customer, we'll reschedule. But when you agree to something, just get it done. I've had tons of times where I've agreed to something. Sometimes it doesn't go as planned, but I always make it right, or I always try to make it right. And I take accountability. You're right, this did F up, this did screw up, this did do this. But you know what? We're going to take this step, this step, this step, and this step. I'm still paying for a mistake months and months ago. I mean, I can't pay the whole mistake off, but I'm paying it rapidly. And that's not because, that's because of outside forces, obviously, but I took accountability for it. They stole that money, but I'm still responsible for, paying my drivers and all this stuff, and slowly chipping away at it, and it'll be done. It'll be made right. In the end, it's pretty much made right. But to have an excuse all the time of why it's not going right, or why is this, it's just tiresome. It wastes your time. It wastes the customer's time. It wastes everybody's time. And where you could have just said, hey, this ain't the job for me, or I can't do this job. That just irks me. It annoys the out of me. It's almost like, hey, listen, this job's too far, or I don't have enough gas, or whatever. And I got my daughter's birthday, or I don't have a truck. I've had people tell me, oh, I got this truck, I'm available anytime, and just call me anytime I want these. And we pay our drivers as soon as they get done right now. That's what time we're on right now. And as long as they do the job, we've had incidences. The times we don't pay the driver is when they either don't do the job, or screw up the job, or damage. And that's another thing I want to talk to you about: accountability. When we sub out these jobs, you have to be accountable for your damage. I didn't go there and damage it. Why do I got to pay for it? This is your subbed out. If this is a job that you think, oh, I can't do it, don't do it. Or if you think you're going to damage something while you're there, don't do it. Another thing, always trying to get more money after you finish the job. That's a no-no. If the job is not as described from when the customer told it to us and we relayed it to you, before you start, let us know, and then we talk to the customer. That's the only way we're going to be able to get you more money, because you can't finish a job and then say, oh, you know what, there was an extra stairwell, there was an extra this, that. You say, hey, you call up the office, you call Peter, me, Vic, Lee, whatever. You say, hey, this is 4 flights of stairs. It said here 2 flights of stairs, or, and these are weird angles. This couch is going to be really, really hard. It's going to take me an extra hour. What can we do about it? Not finish the job and say, hey, man, I want more money. Absolutely not. We just can't. One of our core principles is we don't want to, when we tell a customer a price, we want to hold to it unless there's something other there. And there is going to be. It always happens. There's always other things that are going to be whatever. But it's not what happens, it's how we handle it. I can't, I got my extra spare tire right now. I'm a little bit, I'm not going to blame Hershey's because I've been eating Symphony bars, every night. It's not Hershey's fault that I'm putting this stuff in my body instead of, putting something healthy or whatever. So it just comes down to accountability. You say you're going to do something, just do it. And if there is a problem, communicate with us. It just feels like it's so lacking right now. It's your word is your bond, and everybody's word is gold until it isn't. And then we don't call you back when we're like, this kid's a problem, or this driver's a problem, or this guy is gamble if he's going to show up or not. And it's something we don't want to work with. We want the path of least resistance. Our job is technically done once we get the job. Your job begins then. And that's the partnership that we want to have. We don't want you to work for us. We want you to work with us. What that means is, if there's a job, our job is to get you the job. Your job is to complete the job. And then you get your end, we get our end. That's it. That's plain and simple. You damaged something, that's because you did. You're late. That's not because of me. That's not. I didn't cause you to be late. So just remember that, please, guys. This is very, very important fact. This is something that is going to help you guys out in the long run. Accountability in anything that you do, whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship, whether it's admit when you're wrong. Admit when you take ownership. Admit it. It's freeing, it's liberating, and it's like then you could just move on. But it's this guy's fault and that guy's fault and everything. No, we don't play that. We don't play that. Well, anyways, I'm Victor and I'm out. ASAP Elite. Thank you.